Well, at least he was thinking on the fly. A man who was pulled over for speeding switched places with his dog and insisted that he had not been driving, said police in the Colorado town of Springfield. Police conducted a traffic stop on a vehicle traveling at 52 miles per hour in a posted 30-mile-per-hour zone. The driver attempted to switch places with his dog as the officer approached and watched the entire process. The driver then exited the passenger side of the vehicle and claimed he wasn't driving. The dog was. He showed clear signs of intoxication, and when asked about his alcohol consumption, he ran from the officer. The man was apprehended quickly within about 20 yards of the vehicle, and it was later discovered that he had 2 active warrants for his arrest. He was booked into the county jail for his warrants and also charged with driving under the influence, driving while impaired, driving under suspension, speeding, and resisting arrest. But good news for the dog. He does not face any charges and was let go with just a warning and told that he was still, in fact, a very good boy.
Oh sure, blame the frogs. Always the frogs. The Metro reports that 3 harmless little frogs are facing eviction from a pond in France over complaints about noise. In the village of Frontenac, in the Savoie region of the Northern Alps, police were called about Kermit's cousins. Officers turned up to the home of 92-year-old Colette Ferry, informing her that they would be removing the animals that were enjoying her pond. Police told her they were responding to a neighbor complaint after being unable to sleep because of the loud croaking. Describing the noise as hellish, the neighbors said they cannot continue to live like this, although they don't want the matter to end up in court. Ms. Ferry told police she did not actually own the frogs, but that they had moved in her pond. She said that since her husband died 20 years ago, the frogs had become her distraction, and they had brought her life. What do you think? Is the neighbor in the right, or should everybody just leave those frogs alone? Post your thoughts in the comments.
This story reminds me of those ads in the backs of comic books when I was a kid, and the glasses probably work just as well. The Times of India reports that a gang of 4 people were arrested after they tried to sell fake X-ray glasses, claiming that they would help whoever wore them see through people's clothing. Police said the gang targeted rich businessmen, showing them videos of how the spectacles worked and offering to take them to a secret location to try them out. The gang allegedly pulled off their scam by hiring models to pose nude in a darkened room, where customers would be allowed to test out the glasses. Police raided a hotel where the group was located on a complaint from a local trader who had been cheated on an earlier promise to sell him antiques. The trader learned the gang was back in town, went to get his money back, and was threatened with a fake gun, which is when he called the cops. Apparently, the group was planning a new con where they would offer to sell businessmen a rice-pulling vessel that would bring them prosperity, claiming that the vessel had special powers after being struck by lightning. And here I thought rich businessmen are supposed to be smart.
I don't know whether to call this thing impressive or terrifying. The Daily Star reports that a strange-looking pigeon left people stunned when a video went viral on Twitter showing it walking around a garden. At first glance, the pigeon in gray and white shade looks like the common type of bird that can be seen on the streets. But it stands a few inches taller, with its endlessly long legs and white feathers covering the feet. When the bird waddles its way closer to the camera, the very large crop becomes visible before the pigeon turns away to face towards the yard. We know that domesticated dogs come in various types of breeds, and apparently domesticated pigeons do as well, with this one known as the English pouter pigeon, which is a type of fancy pigeon developed over many years of selective breeding. The pouter is typically kept as an ornamental bird as opposed to sporting or utility pigeons, and they aren't the best flyers. You learn something new every day.
If you want to see all our videos about real news stories that are funny, stupid, or weird, click the subscribe button below. I mean, hey, my cat's gotta eat.